Welcome to another episode of 100 Proof Geek, a weekly show where two guys and two geeks discuss three random topics. Across from me, we have Victor Miranda.
How's it going? You can follow me on PlayStation at Rican183 at PSN, Instagram and Twitter, Rican183 as well. That's RICAN 183.
And to his left, Jose Jimenez.
Stay in your lane. You can follow me at mosthated_hove on PSN, Twitter, and Instagram. That's MOSTHATD_HOV.
So I just want to let everybody know that unfortunately this past episode we had a passing in the family. Nipples O'Houlihan will no longer be with us.
Oh yes, moment of silence.
We send out our best wishes in regards to his family.
What happened to Nips?
He's a good man.
He didn't make it.
Didn't make it.
He caught some bad nips, and it was just all downhill.
Too many nips. Oh, yeah. To his left, David Pantoja.
Hey everybody, how you doing? You can follow me at Pixel Dave, Pixel_Dave on Instagram. I think that's it. I always forget.
Cool. And I am Jason86. That's JAYSON 86 on Instagram and Twitter. And if you have the inclination to play juegos or video games, if you will, you can follow me at on PSN and Xbox One. That's Totally Mental on PSN and Totally Mental 1 on Xbox One.
Oh, you mentioned video games. Should we mention the Twitch?
Yeah, so we are currently in the progress of adding more content for you to absorb throughout your week. With that, the addition of Twitch streaming. So every so often, David and I so far, we're trying to get Hove on it, we're trying to get Rican on it, Victor. We're trying to get everybody to kind of at least maybe 20, 25 minutes. We want to try to shoot for more than that. The other day, I think we did a full hour stream of Dying Light. So you can also check us out on Twitch. That's 100 Proof Geek on Twitch. I believe the space is between 100, the Proof, and the Geek. So check us out there. Let's go ahead and start the show proper, though. So there's something that we were kind of talking about and tossing around. And so imagine as if you were asked to place a video game memory from your childhood into a time capsule. So that way your children, well, I guess not your children kind of lame. Your grandchildren, though.
Great-grandchildren?
Yeah, your great-grandchildren. Sure, those kids. Could then pull this out of the ground and say, wow, I can't believe E.T. was ever a game. So
I don't think finding them in the garbage dump is a time capsule.
That was a massive time capsule. So, I mean, David, what do you think, man?
What game would I put in a time capsule?
Yeah, what would you put in the time capsule? Like, what's like the one? You got to pick one. What's the one game you have to have in that time capsule? So your kid, your great.
Okay, I don't know if I can put just one game, but maybe like a series. The Legacy of Kain series.
Legacy of Kain series.
It's just a great. I just love the game series. It's a great story.
And also, that was originally like Silicon Knights, and then I think Raven had
Silicon Knights, and then Idios, and
Idios. Yeah, there you go.
Square Enix. It's just an awesome storyline about vampires, and I used to be really into it when I was a kid.
Blood Omen was awesome.
Oh, Blood Omen was great.
I mean,
I'm so mad that stopped.
Except for the terrible timeline, like load times.
Yeah.
That game was awesome.
Here's my question then: do you add the new PC game, Battle for Nosgoth?
Hell no.
That's
no, hell no. Because there's no storyline. It's just what we were talking about last week. Just a multiplayer game devoid of any story. It takes place in the world of Nosgoth, where the vampires and the storyline takes place, but it's just not in with it. Not to go too deep into like my crazy fan like my fanaticism for this game, but I definitely wouldn't add that one. Just Blood Omen, Soul Reaver,
the primary core content.
What about Soul Reaver 2?
Yeah, of course.
I wasn't a big fan of Soul Reaver 2.
It's got to be there.
Yeah,
I'd even put Blood Omen 2.
Oh no,
and Defiance.
Soul Reaver 2 was. I apologize. Soul Reaver 2 pretty solid nonetheless.
You got to get the whole story.
However, Blood Omen 2.
Blood Omen, the first one was awesome.
It's an abomination.
No, you have to get the whole storyline, though. You gotta get the whole storyline.
I mean, I get it, but it was an abomination. Anyway, Rican, man, what's going on? What do you want to put in this time capsule for your great grandchildren?
Well, depending on what age group they are,
don't say Madden.
I have two of them
because Madden will still be around.
That's you.
Well, I would have said Mario.
You don't get to pick the age group. You only get to pick. You get to pick one game.
One game
or one series.
That's kind of tough, man. Because
the Madden series.
No, it's the same game over and over. They only upgrade one thing, but I still buy them every time. But whatever. I think we already touched on that topic.
That's a topic for another time.
I'll probably have to say I really enjoyed back in the day Onimusha.
Oh, that's a good.
Ooh,
That's a
look
good
at this
series.
guy right here.
Onimusha was
Just
just
when
the
he
shit.
was sleeping in the show,
Just when you thought it was over.
he drops a gem.
I was just looking for that like yesterday. Onimusha is the shit.
This
Yes.
is ESPN. That would be a web gem.
Yeah.
Or just
Oh yeah.
Booyah!
highlights of the week.
No, but that's definitely. I love that title, and
What was
Yeah,
it about
no, I'm with
Onimusha
you on
that
that.
got you though?
it's just the gameplay, like everything about it, I loved. And it was
Zombie
fun.
samurais.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Winning.
Double win.
And demons.
Because you had you had a bunch of different swords and stuff.
Yeah.
That was
And
cool.
weapons.
Awesome.
I don't know.
Actually,
Actually, I thought about I think it was like the fourth one though when they came like to current times.
You know, yeah, but
They
you
were,
know
like,
what?
Paris
Actually,
and shit.
I think
I
Onimusha
agree.
was like the pre-God of War God of War. Before God of War became a thing, it had that same type of like gameplay where you like with the buttons and the different weapons and stuff. I liked it.
Picking up what you're
I'm
doing.
good. Yeah, I see that.
You level up, use the souls. I'm with
Yeah.
you on that.
I definitely like that game, but if I have to put a system, I'll probably have to say the Dreamcast and all the games that came out with the Dreamcast.
But you didn't pick a Dreamcast game.
No, I didn't. No, I did not.
Because there are no good Dreamcast games.
No, but the Dreamcast,
The system, the system as a
What are you
whole.
talking about? The Sonic games were like some of the best games on Dreamcast.
Oh yeah, why
Oh,
don't
yeah,
you
yeah.
own any of them on any of the new systems they came out on?
Because they don't.
Because
haven't come out.
they're not that good.
Sonic,
They're good because
Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 did not come out.
they came out on PlayStation 2 or whatever. They're
I
good.
don't have time for this.
They're good on the VM. They're good because the VMUs too.
Oh man, okay. We'll discuss best favorite consoles
In a second.
another time. Maybe not in a second, another time. But that is definitely something we need to put a pin in, save for another day. Hove, what you got, man?
I'm gonna definitely have to go with Metal Gear Solid. The series. I'm gonna throw the series in there, bro. And if I gotta pick
First
just
one?
one, I'm gonna say Metal Gear Solid, the first one on PlayStation 1.
So first off,
Yeah.
before we continue, I should slap your face.
Why?
For adding this, I need the series nonsense. So now all we got is
Oh,
like
but
30 games.
I just said 30 games. I picked one, the first one on PS1.
So that doesn't include the new one, Metal Gear Solid 5, but it doesn't include
See, but if you go back to that one, it's gonna hook you, and you're gonna want to play everything that's been out since.
That's what I'm saying.
So if I have to pick one, I'm gonna go where it started for me.
Right. If I had to pick one, I'd put I'd put Blood on it. But you can't take some of these games that have like good storylines. Like it's like putting Mass Effect 1, but not putting 2 or 3. You know, you have to put the storyline in there. You know, otherwise your kids, your great grandkids are going to grow up thinking, "Oh, that was a great game, but it just ended."
Oh no, you plant the seed. And then they gotta watch it grow.
confidence.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me. Wow, I'm sorry. So personally, and I guess for the sake of nostalgia, I'm surprised nobody went this route, but I have to go with the Mario Brothers.
But see,
That's gonna be around probably.
Yeah.
They haven't got
Nah,
nowhere.
Yo, to this
Nintendo's
day, they
not
still
going
remake
anywhere.
that.
It came out in
I don't
80s.
want the remake. I want the original Mario Brothers.
you could get the
Super
original Mario Brothers on the
It's
Wii.
not the same.
You got it on
It's
your
not
phone.
the same. It's not the same.
It's totally the same.
It's totally
See, I cheated.
emulated.
You don't understand. I cheated. If you have the Mario Brothers, you need to have the console to play it, right? Super Nintendo.
So what? You gotta have PlayStation 1. He has
Exactly.
to have PlayStation 1.
That's not true.
And so does Victor. Every
Anyway,
game we picked is on
You
PlayStation.
guys are jerks. You really rain them on. I didn't rain on any of your parades. I just want.
Oh, you
to see Mario
did?
Brothers.
You said you hated David.
I
Then
said
he
hate-
opened up the
I
series.
said I
hated
should
you.
slap his face. I just
Oh,
said I hated
that's-
it.
that's hate.
Hate is a very strong word.
But you really don't like him. Plain white teeth.
You don't think
Listen,
you don't think that none of us
Super
like
Mario Brothers.
avoided Super Mario Brothers because that's like the go-to.
No, I'm
put it
pretty
in the
sure
time
nobody
capsule.
has-
That is the first game
I'm
I've
pretty sure
ever
nobody
played.
had the wherewithal
Yeah,
to play
that is.
Super
I
Mario.
ever
You
played.
don't think we had the wherewithal to say Super Mario Brothers?
Maybe Jose.
With Duck Hunt or without Duck Hunt?
How about with Donkey Kong?
Ooh. There was too many of them. At some point, I was just like, yo,
No,
stop
like
it,
the
stop
original one. You were Mario and you're trying to climb up the ladders and the dude's throwing the barrels at you.
But that's not Super Mario Brothers.
I know, but he wanted to throw in Duck Hunt, which doesn't count. So,
Duck Hunt was the half game
Yeah,
that
but
came on
Duck
Super Mario
Hunt
Brothers cartridge.
it. And Donkey
Yes, it did.
Kong?
but it wasn't the same game.
It was on the same
It has no name.
cartridge.
Duck Hunt.
He's saying, are you gonna put the cartridge just by
I'm gonna end the
itself,
show early.
or the cartridge
I'm gonna end the
with
show
Duck
early. You guys
Hunt?
are picking on me. I don't like this. I'm not feeling it. I'm just, you know what? No game for my great grandchildren. I'm taking Mario out. I'm not putting anything in place of it. You guys stink.
How about no great grandchildren? No children.
I'm shooting for
Yeah, my
my
daughter's
children.
not
You
allowed
said
to
Super
have
Mario
kids.
Brothers.
They're gonna talk about you one day and be like, my great grandfather's a piece of shit. He ain't leaving me nothing.
Oh yeah.
Hoves,
Oh, I'm gonna take the stick off your shit.
Hove the third. Hove the third.
the stick.
They're gonna say Hove the third's grandfather
Hove.
left him
Hove the third.
good shit in the time capsule. My grandfather, piece of
Fine.
shit.
Hove. We're gonna take it. We're gonna open his time capsule after he walks away, and we play Super Mario Brothers with fucking ET for the Atari.
Yep.
Oh, that's
And
different.
boom.
Then they really gonna hate
And they're
you.
really gonna hate you.
See, that's a big move. That's what.
Just put Pong in there.
Pong is good. But no one cares about E.T. That's like the worst game ever made.
Like,
literally.
So many years down the line, we're talking about great grandchildren. That's a long time from now.
Yo, but
not to mention we're all Spanish, so they're probably gonna have kids.
The Uncharted series.
But,
the Uncharted series.
Oh yeah, all right. I agree with that.
Fine.
I can't get down with that.
The Uncharted series.
I haven't played it yet. I'll get back to you after I play the series.
Blasphemer.
Well, yeah, it's not the go. It's not the go-to Super Mario Brothers. That's the go-to, bro.
Anyway, so the next topic is
you're so angry.
Since I'm just getting.
You copped out.
I'm getting. You're screwing me left and right.
What happened to Sonic? What happened to the Sonic series?
Sonic listen to this podcast?
Really
he ain't pulling you nowhere.
Mario really started it all. We all know.
Next you know, he
so
was
why can't Mario pull you?
Because all he had was little fireballs, bro. The fireballs ain't getting me nowhere.
He could probably explode your ass full. You seen the fast fit?
Yeah, but it's like a combustion.
Oh no! Furious 7, they threw they shot a grenade at the back of the car and pushed it forward.
You seen the part with the tank?
No, I didn't see that.
You just.
But I don't want to talk about it.
Yo, he gets a Tanuki. He gets a Tanuki so he can fly you around.
That's a good point.
He'll leave his grandkids. Crash Bandicoot series.
Hey,
Crash Bandicoot was awesome.
Anyway,
I ain't like.
Victor doesn't know anything about games. Anyway, you guys really like gave me the business, and I did not appreciate that.
It's your turn. We gave
We didn't pay $7 million.
True story.
How's it feel?
It feels like you owe some money. So, as is tradition on our show, it's time for the mid-show toast. So, this week we wanted to start off with giving a specific shout out to our podcast brothers from another mother, the Geek Brew. There's some great guys, and if you like something a little bit more adult-oriented, I guess I would say, check them out, the Geek Brew, on your favorite podcast app, iTunes. I believe they're on Stitcher, SoundCloud, etc. They overall talk a lot about the geek stuff, comics, and things that we kind of seem to be missing right now.
And boozing.
Both. And they generally have a beer of the week, and they do a lot of great topics. There's a lot of SMD going on over there, so check them out. So that's the Geek Brew. And then I wanted to also get another shout out to our friend. He joined us one episode. He stuck around, couldn't get him to leave. So now we decided, well, what do we do with this guy who's just taking up space? Jonathan Morales is actually now going to be our community manager, so make sure, when you see some tweets and some posts, Facebook, and things of that nature, it's likely going to be him because we've been doing such a bad job so far. We've been doing okay.
We're go on Facebook and leave him some nice things.
Leave him some loves, leave him some likes, some thumbs ups. I don't know why they didn't just call them thumbs ups. Why do you have to call them? I don't really like it. I just want to give you a thumb up, though. Like, you're on the right track.
You're on the right track.
Anyway, Jonathan Morales, so he's also Pluto Charmed 3 on Instagram. So Twitter. So you can check him out there as well. So a toast, a prost, mid-show. There you go. So indie gaming is something that's it's a phrase, a statement thrown around a lot nowadays. PlayStation fully supporting indie games. Xbox One trying to get on board to support indie games and make it more of a household name, if you will. So, indie games back in the day used to be something, that used to mean that it was a small team came together and worked on this game, and it was a labor of love, and, they put it out for fans of gaming to enjoy. However, now Ubisoft has put out this fantastic game called Child of Light in an indie style, I suppose. Without trying to, I guess, without knocking the indie scene, because a lot of the indie games have been fantastic. Trine is an example of a fantastic indie game. Small team came together, put that game out. What do you think about indie gaming? What does it mean to you, Dave?
Well, yeah, I totally agree that indie games are amazing. Indie games a lot of the time started out as mods for PC games. So you would get a game like Super Mario Brothers, for example, and then they would mod the levels. So they would make extended levels and more difficulty, and that's basically where indie gaming started. Because then you would have people come in and try to make, use the characters and the settings to make their own games, and you would have small teams working on it. So like that small team innovation is amazing to see when you have games like Fez, and actually it was in that movie on Netflix, Indie Games.
Yep.
To see these games come together by like 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 people, I think.
They showed what Super Meat Boy,
Super Meat Boy, right?
You have a couple different ones.
I think it's kind of like a letdown when these big companies try to label their games indie.
Is it disrespectful to the indie developers?
I don't know about disrespectful, but it's definitely maybe it is a slap to the face because you might have a small team working on it, but it's a small team of your developers out of your team of like 300, 400, 1,000 people who work for you. So it's like you literally splintered off a small team to work on this project, but you're still funding them really well. As opposed to having like, 4 guys get together like us and decide to put together a game. So I think indie is they're trying to like market indie now and trying to make it a marketable thing. I guess like what they did with punk music when punk music first started, and then they tried to make it mainstream. Gotcha. But with that said, it's also pretty good to see indie be so big because you're getting a lot of interesting games coming out now that don't have to follow the AAA standard, They don't have to chase after being the next God of War. Yeah, exactly.
What do you think, Cole?
I'm interested in it. A couple of games have come out. Some that I like and apparently other people didn't like. What's the name of that game we were playing the other day?
Secret Ponchos.
Secret Ponchos, great game. You go hop on that now.
It's a fantastic game.
You hop on that now and nobody plays it. That's where I feel like the negative comes into play. PSN being free, giving us free games, and most of the time they're indie games, is a good thing sometimes, but at the same time, because it's free, I feel like people may discount it and throw it to the wind because they didn't spend money on it. Which is, it's a double-edged sword. I'm glad they gave it to me free. Well, I got to enjoy it, but at the same time, like, I feel like that's kind of a downside to it. Right. One, and like there are a lot of good games that come out and people just discount it as being bad because maybe
it's like the indie stigma.
Yeah, the indie stigma.
Well, I also think that's
before I let you two go at it, because it's coming.
It's about time. It's coming.
We should make that a segment. Vic, I know you're not entirely in the know as far as like indie gaming is concerned, but I'm sure you've heard it a lot with the PlayStation 4 and things like that. So what do you think?
Well, I think it's a good idea. I think it's a great idea because it's like people trying to start out and get a product out there and get known for something. So I think it's like a stepping stool for a lot of people to develop games and put them out there and allow people to play them.
A stepping stool, not a stone.
Well, yeah, something. Well, you know what I mean. But
stepping stone. Something that gets you higher up off the floor.
Something sturdy.
But the idea that getting a good game for a low cost or free on PSN Network, I think is an awesome idea. Right. And I have downloaded a few of the games for free on I don't know what they are. I just download them because they're free. But just being truthful, some of them I like, some of them I don't like.
Right.
And I think it's a good idea. I don't like the idea of Ubisoft or any of these big companies funding guys to make a game and call it an indie game.
Right.
I don't think that's kind of fair.
Right.
So that side of it I don't like, but the other side, people who actually coming together, a group of guys, and just make a video game.
That's like going to to an artisanal bread store or whatever, and what's the name of the one around here? Panera. It's like going to Panera and they say it's artisanal bread, and artisanal means it's supposed to be made by an artisan, some guy who spent his entire life just making bread, and he makes it by hand every morning with his family. But then it's this big company that has outlets all over the country. Is it really artisanal? Is it really indie? Is it really like a small team working on it? Yeah. Or is it a small team supported by this huge company?
Yeah, but, okay, so my whole thing is, like, I don't know all the intricacies of Vandal Hearts, I believe, was another one that was indie, it's supposed to be indie through Ubisoft, which is supposed to be a really great game. It was during Civil War or World War One. I forget what it was. I believe it was World War One. And it's like, it's the game to the eyes of the dog that accompanies the character you control into the battles. And stuff.
You get to actually experience
it's supposed to be really,
3 different people.
It's supposed to be like really heartfelt and like touching, but it's done again. And I don't know. Like I really do feel maybe it's a bit of an insult to say it was done in indie style. Maybe it's not an insult. I mean, we'll discuss that a little bit more. But so you have that, and then you also have Child of Light, and so we don't know the intricacies. I said it so good the first time. Stop using big words. But, who's to say that it wasn't done? I mean, just because they have Ubisoft's name on the back end of everything, who's to say that, they didn't make this fine product on their own? So I guess something I'm going to try and put this together so that we have an idea. I mean, some of our favorite podcasters, Game of Greggy guys, Colin and Greg Miller from IGN, they went off to do their own Kind of Funny thing. And before they started doing Kind of Funny, they were still employed through IGN. Now, who's to say that, it wasn't IGN backing them had they never splintered off, So who's to say that this team did it on their own? I guess I'm trying to... I
kind of see what... I'm picking up what you're putting down. I get where you're going with it.
Right.
But at the same time,
appreciate the assistance.
I feel like it's disrespectful for a big company like Ubisoft to say this is an indie game when they're a AAA company. When there's people, by definition, for the most part, indie games are, startup companies who come and they develop a certain level of quality or lack of quality sometimes of a small game that a couple people put together with small budgeting or maybe budgeting that was done by some type of Kickstarter. Right. That's an indie game. That's a private sector. It's like a big company. That's like Sony coming out and making some racing game or whatever the case may be and saying it's an indie game because they put 5 people in the corner in the room and said, make this game.
But my whole thing, so just kind of what you were saying, I'm not trying to go with you toe to toe, at least that's David, but just, I again, like, that's what I said, like, I don't know if it's a slap in the face or is it really like a pat in the back? I was like, I want to make a game in the style of the indie scene.
I think it's misleading.
It makes it sound derogatory though.
I don't know if it's absolute. It's definitely misleading. It's misleading to the people who are buying the product because then you're thinking it's an honest to God indie game and it's really it's a faux indie game. It's something that's been supported really well, but they chose to do it with only a few people. So I think it's misleading, and I think it's misleading because indie has become such a popular term that they're looking to market in on it. There was a time where if you said it was an indie game, people kind of looked down on it. And it was like, no one plays that because it's an indie game. That's garbage.
It's almost like saying, but now Paramount made an indie movie.
But now if you say indie, it's like, it's an indie game. It's great. Let's market it. Can we make that marketable?
Right.
So I think it's a little misleading when these big companies get in there.
So what about when things get flipped around on its end, like Mojang Studios? Started off originally as an indie studio. I believe it was just a one-man show who put together Minecraft.
Right.
And now he ended up selling Minecraft for banana amounts of money.
Moved on up.
See, but I'm comfortable with it in that aspect because nobody does anything for the most part, especially on a business level, without looking for monetary gain. Like everybody's trying to make money. Like nobody's doing this for fun. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna go sit and spend hours and hours.
We're not doing this for fun.
Well, we're doing this for fun. No, I think like making video games. Like,
I think it was done for fun.
It starts off as that, but hey, if you can make a couple bucks, why not?
Yeah. Well,
so then if I make a couple bucks and somebody gives me, $5-6 million, I'm not gonna say, you know what, I did this for fun. I'm not gonna. Take
of course not. I'm gonna take the $6 million.
Like I'm gonna take Flappy Birds.
You still need one more million.
Oh, still $1 more million. Oh no, I'm not trying to pay for that. That's what I pay for that.
No, I would definitely take the money and run, and I don't see a problem with Mojang cashing in on this.
I don't see that at all because, but then at that point in time, when you take that money and you become a bigger entity, don't call yourself an indie studio.
No, he could still be an indie studio because it's him funding it and him working on it with maybe a few friends. What my problem with it is when you have a big company who's been doing their thing for years. You have Konami, you have Ubisoft, you have whatever, and they've been in the gaming industry for years. They know how to market, they know how to get it out there, they know how to put a game together quickly, or at least with a certain amount of money. That's not indie. Indie is like
won't be an indie game.
So you're saying
definitely not because now Microsoft owns it. So
time in the industry makes you not indie is what you're trying to say?
Yeah,
because if you think about it, let's say
it definitely makes you not indie because
if he stays and him and a couple friends and he's still funding it for years to come, and we know his brand, we know his name.
Well, he's actually taking Mojang Studios has actually put out Scrolls, which is a PC.
But what I'm saying is, if he still continues to make it with a few select group of people, that doesn't make him indie forever. Because you're saying like companies like Ubisoft who have been doing it for a while, they're not indie because they've been doing it for a while. They know the industry. Right, if he stays in the industry for a while, he still only has those 5 people.
Well, what I'm saying
he's not indie anymore.
It's a big company with a lot of resources doing it for a long time with a lot of people.
He can still make hella money and just.
No, of course he can make hella money. But what I'm saying is he's doing it with.
It's still the struggle because think about it, right? So I think what David's trying to say is that it's the struggles of a 5-man team, and you don't have a human resources department. You don't have an art department. Your art department.
You don't have a marketing department.
Your PR department is now Mike. Jonathan. Wow, guys, like what's his last name? I'm trying to figure it out. It's now Jonathan, right? And so then you got like all these different venues, but that's all you got. When you go to Ubisoft, is if somebody dropped the ball, they're like, listen, John screwed up in PR. We need you to go pick up what he dropped up.
Right. I think that's what I'm trying to say is that when you say like, our marketing team. If it was like if we did the 100 Proof Geek indie game, our marketing team is one guy. You go to Ubisoft, their marketing team is like
a whole floor
of a building. So I think that makes a lot of difference in how the game is presented, how people see the game, and what you can actually do and afford to do.
I think that's another way to kind of put it in, I guess, in a little bit more perspective though. It goes to like the phone industry, right? So you see the phone industry is dominated by the people who put out the most in marketing.
It always ends up back on the phone industry.
So you got Apple,
That's
you
what
got
we know.
Samsung.
No, but you can even take it to another step. Put it in
saying,
the
you
film,
got Apple and Samsung.
but take it to the film industry. You got indie films and they got the regular mainstream Hollywood. So it's like, at one point do you consider yourself mainstream or indie?
But even if you take the film industry, indie films are not what they used to be. Indie films used to cost a couple $100,000, whatever. You could tell by looking at a film. Nobody had to tell you it was an indie film. I said a couple thousand, 100 or thousands of dollars in order to make the movie. You could look at it and be like, oh, this is an independent film.
Like just
they
to
cost
feed
millions
in,
now.
Just to feed into what Hov
you
is
could
saying.
spend $1 million and it still be an independent film.
Yeah,
is what I'm getting at.
Just to feed into what Hov is saying, let's look at the complete difference. You have Clerks 1. Clerks 1 was shot in black and white in the store that Kevin Smith worked in.
Shout out to Kevin Smith.
Yeah. And then you have Clerks.
Check them out at Smodcast.
And then you have Clerks 2. And you can see such a huge difference between Clerks 1 and 2. And Clerks 2 was definitely supported by a studio.
I mean, yeah, of course, I give you that. So
you might gain cult status, but you're no longer
still good.
indie.
Are the games still good?
They're still good. I definitely went.
Are you still going to be interested in it because of what it is?
When I first got the PlayStation and was introduced more to the indie scene, I definitely was against it at first. Like, yeah, I don't want this. It's not a household name. You can't tell me, oh, like such and such studio made it. I don't know who the hell that person is. I don't want to play it.
So what converted you?
Free PSN. I'm not gonna lie. PSN giving me free games.
Free games from PSN.
Free games on PSN. Open the door. Like, you know what? There wasn't much out at the time when I first got my PlayStation. So, like, you know what? Let me explore this. Let me see what this is.
Right.
And it opened the door, and I'm like, yo, this is actually not that bad.
Right.
And in the case of Trine, amazing.
Trine was a fantastic game.
You know what I think that makes indie really so great is that you don't have a team telling you. You don't have art directors telling you can't do this and you can't do that, and we would like to see this and we would like to see that. You can pretty much do whatever you want, and as long as you have like a vision and you can stick to it, then you can make Super Meat Boy, which is another platformer that everybody's seen the platformer, but it's fun and it's humorous, and you're literally a little person made out of meat, splatting around blood all over the place and getting cut up. So like. I think it's the
creative freedom.
There you go. I think it's the creative freedom that you get to keep as an indie developer.
So, I guess the big concern with these indie games not being done by indie developers as a whole is the worries that they fall into these pitfalls like Bungie did with Destiny. And so now Activision produced the game, I believe is what it was, published the game, and so Bungie, developed it. And so a lot of people say that it's Activision's fault that, Destiny isn't what it could have been, based off of what was leaked and what was talked about, what some of these people who got to test out the original
and that's,
super alpha, I guess.
And that's the problem with AAA games and indies is that, and what the difference really is that you have, once you get too many hands in the pot, they start telling you what you can and can't do and what we would like to see. And, it's one of those, we would like to see more of this. And they're really telling you, look, we hold the reins, we got the money, we want this in the game, or we don't want that in the game. Or you let things go, you publicize things that end up not being in the game, so then it gets people hyped up only to be let down later. With indie games...
Destiny.
Yeah. Well, with indie games, you don't have that.
I definitely agree that indie games is definitely a touchy kind of topic. I think we did a fairly decent job representing them today. But let us know what you think in the comments. Put some stuff in the old Facebook community.
What indie games are you looking forward to?
What indie games are you looking forward to? Real quick, we're on the table. What are you looking forward to?
Chasm.
Hov. Trying remastered, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Whatever's free on PSN.
Whatever's free, that's a good one. I'm actually looking to No Man's Sky. Supposed to be really
No Man's Sky.
That's good.
I want to see it, but I don't know.
Well, that's the whole point of looking forward to something. You don't know what it's going to be.
No.
Just
I know. Looking forward for something,
Okay,
it means
Victor.
I'm going to pick it up.
Okay, Victor.
Me wanting to see what happens is you're going to buy it.
Me want to see. Okay, Victor.
That means you're going to buy it.
There's nothing wrong with trying and testing stuff out before you.
Oh, yeah.
So now it is time for one of our breakout segments.
Breakout, huh?
Break out of the
Get the
computer.
proactive.
That's not cool.
Well, I'm just saying.
Why isn't that my segment that needs practice?
You said break out.
Like my segment does not have any acne.
Oh, it has
of any kinds.
Oh, pimples.
It's time for What's in the Name.
Oh.
What's in the Name is a very simple segment. I'm going to go ahead and give out some names. You're going to determine whether these names are names of real people. And for bonus points, if you can match their job.
Wait, don't you give us a name and a job and we have to decide if that's real?
Yeah, you throwing a wrench into the game.
Yeah,
bro.
he's changing it up
no,
now.
I switched up.
He's messing us up.
I switched it up at the end. That's right. I gave you the name. You had to tell me the job.
No, you told us the name and a job.
You told us the name and a
last
job.
one,
Oh, yeah, okay,
round,
the last one.
I switched up the name. Don't mess me up.
You messed it up.
I messed up enough. All right. So, first, we have Dr. Trauma. Is that a name of a person or not? Dr. Trauma. Dr. Trauma, not your mom.
Yeah, that's the name of a person.
Name of a person. We got David with yes. Hove?
Yep.
Oh, with a yes. Victor?
Yes.
With a yes. Very
Yeah, all
interesting.
yeses.
Very, very good choice. That is correct. That is actually the doctor that took care of me when I was in the hospital. Trying to give him
Dr. Trauma?
See, that was me cheating.
Oh.
You see what I did there? I gave him a freebie. But you guys all guessed it right.
I couldn't remember the name of his doctor.
I'm calling bullshit on the whole operation.
So, Scott Speed, the NASCAR racer.
Scott Speed.
Scott Speed.
I would say
you gotta
no.
know?
I'm going to
say no.
strong.
David, no.
Yeah, no.
Godspeed? No.
Scott
Scott.
Speed. Scott, I don't think his parents are that bad. Godspeed?
Godspeed?
Godspeed would have been awesome. I'd have voted yes for that
I
one.
was like, alright, he does milk commercials. Godspeed.
Godspeed.
Scott Speed.
No,
Scott
I'm going
Speed.
no.
You're all wrong.
What?
Scott Speed is a professional NASCAR racer.
Please tell me he had his name changed.
No, because if you're a NASCAR racer, your name is Scott Speed.
Only people in North Carolina
adding
and
that
below.
No, I mean changed
Would
to
know that.
Speed.
Oh no, I would change my middle name to Super. Scott Super Speed.
This guy.
Got all the speeds. All
Run
right.
into the bathroom really fast.
Christian Guy. Okay, his name is Christian Guy.
Christian guy.
Okay, and he is a lobbyist for the Center for Social Justice.
No.
Christian Guy. David, you got no?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with no.
I'm gonna go with yes.
You got a yes, Victor? Oh,
I'm going to go with yes.
oh, you guys are correct.
Ah.
Which guy?
Christian
Oh,
Guy is a
Christian
real
guy.
man. He is a lobbyist for the Center.
The
for
hooligans
Social
are winning.
Justice. The hooligans? Is that what you are now?
Hooligans.
Oh, we have a show with 2 hooligans, 2 geeks, and 3 random topics. Okay. We got Dominique Dropsy. She is a goalkeeper for Brazil.
Does she also drop it like it's hot on her friend's spare time?
No, she's
Twerking?
Dropsy.
Twerking?
She's
She's
Dropsy.
twerking?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
Well,
no
what does she
again.
drop?
David. Dominique Dropsy, no.
No.
No, okay. So, David, you gotta know.
I'm going to say yes.
Oh, we got a yes. That's you right there. Victor?
I'm gonna go yes.
Dropsy. Dropsy is a real person.
Oh, come on.
She is
I
a
know I heard
goalkeeper.
that name before. I cheated a little
She
bit.
is a goalkeeper. You don't know nothing about
This is some bull.
Oh,
I
I don't
quit.
know nothing about
I quit. Game over. You guys are cheating.
Last one, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm gonna give you this guy's name. You tell me the profession for 2 points.
The twofer?
Twofer. Brad Slaughter.
He's a butcher.
He's a butcher. He's a butcher.
I would go with Butcher.
I'm gonna go with Butcher. Damn, I didn't even get a chance.
Butcher. I can't believe you got it so easily.
I should get 3 points because I said it first.
Oh no, you just blew up the mic, so you lose points for blowing up the mic. I was that also that easy? Butcher?
Yeah.
His last name is Slaughter, bro.
And that like automatically came to
Yeah,
your
Yeah,
mind?
all
Butcher.
that came to my mind, yeah.
You know, like nothing else came like
No,
not even
Butcher.
That's the first thing.
You heard me.
You
guys.
didn't think anything because he screamed it.
Slaughterhouse,
Nobody
yeah.
thought anything because he screamed it.
He screamed it, but I was thinking
I
the same thing.
also
Is that the
thought
son of
Slaughterhouse, the rap
Slaughter,
group.
Slaughter.
He is Sergeant Slaughter's great grandson. That was in some impressive stuff. So let me see here.
Oh, come on. You
Jose
know I
got the
lost.
W.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, David, you lost. Victor, actually, yeah, Victor and Hove tied up. So
Party in Hove Garden.
I can't believe, and you know, they,
It's
you
a
know,
bull.
I give them credit because they didn't do that cheap shit that they did last time. Oh, well, if I pick yes, you pick no. We got
Oh, because you told us it's like 1v2 now because
Oh, wow.
one is fucking making a game.
I'm just surprised that you didn't try to check the cheat code. That's pretty impressive. So
It didn't work last time. I had to try something else.
So as we move into the final topic of the show, it's been very game oriented. So Watch Dogs is this fantastic game that came out for PS4. It was an early launch title.
I call bullshit on the entire operation right there. You said a fantastic game. You don't like that game at all.
Okay, so I'm bullshitting. Whatever.
There are some people out there in the world who thought it was a fantastic game.
I just want to offend everybody. It's a half decent.
Fantastic
Some concoction of Ubisoft trying to
we've already
trying to make
Ubisoft
another annualized game. There you go. Because you know there will be another Watch Dogs 2 next year.
They already dropped the DLC and it was horrible.
I don't know. I got my brother paid for it. And I haven't even played any of it.
I haven't got to play it.
All right. So Watch Dogs was a half decent attempt to annualize another series. However, the whole premise of the game is you're this character who has this fantastic manipulation over pretty much anything connected to the internet.
You're a hacker. From Hackers List, probably.
What's his name? Adrian Pierce?
Adrian Pierce. Good job, because that game sucked so bad.
I just knew the last name was Pierce. I was going to say Ethan. But I was like, that can't be right.
Adrian Pierce is this hacker, maybe from hackerlist.com, who knows? But he's got this crazy thing where he can hack just about anything from a smartphone, lights, cars, etc. And so the whole thing kind of goes, though, because there are points in which they're saying that everything's networked. Your phones are all networked to this police grid, if you will. And so Big Brother is out there, is watching. Xbox One came out with the Kinect, and it was a mandatory component to the system. And the PlayStation 4 launched with the opportunity to have the PS4 camera, right? And everybody's biggest concern was, are they watching me through this? Victor, I think you know your rights. What you got?
Yeah, I definitely.
Oh yeah, say it to me, brother.
No, but I definitely do think that everything is networked.
I think you have thoughts. I don't know if you have thoughts about this.
Yeah, but I think definitely I can't see the world without being policed, like monitored, micromanaging, as I'll say.
Oh man, we got the wrong guy.
So is somebody micromanaging you?
Well, managing everything, like
his girlfriend.
I'm pretty sure.
Yes, it's okay to breathe for the next 5 minutes, but I'll get back to you.
I just got a text telling me I need to go to sleep now. So
no, but I do think it's real. I think that the NSA does have a hand in everything.
Paranoid much?
No, not me. I'm not illegal. I'm a sheep.
There's a whole documentary on Netflix done by, I believe, PBS.
Not a half documentary.
It's called Secret America or something like that.
Yeah, I've seen that.
The NSA was like on the low, didn't tell the president about it, like secretly got him to like sign paperwork to say it was okay. He didn't know what was going on.
Did they honey dick him?
Oh, they honey dicked the shit out of the president. Then again, the president at the time was very stupid. So
Bush? Which one?
Oh, the Bush.
The Bush.
Which one? Bush.
Pretty sure. There's only one bad Bush.
The Bush. Stay away from the Bush, people. But yeah, like of course we're being watched. I'm a big Apple.
Of course you're being watched?
Of course.
Through my Xbox?
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. Not necessarily through the Xbox, but I'm sure there's a way for them to tap into
I don't know.
if need be. Should they need a rise to spy on you in your own home? They definitely would.
I think that gets a little sci-fi. I don't think they have the ability to watch you in your home.
Well, I
definitely think everybody's being listened to. I mean, they do have the phone thing where if you were to say bomb or terrorist,
you said it.
It is true.
If they could remotely access the microphone on your phone to listen to you, why wouldn't they be able to?
Bomb.
Really, guys? Why wouldn't they be able to access your camera on your phone or the laptop on your? You know what I mean? On your the camera on your laptop.
The laptop on your camera.
The laptop on your camera.
Have you put that information on the apps on your phone? You gave them permission as soon as you installed Instagram, Facebook.
So you don't care then?
I don't care because I'm not
you
doing
didn't give
nothing.
the NSA permission to.
Besides building bombs on your spare time.
But who's controlling these things?
Oh, that's good. Well, Jose's on the show next week, then you know why.
Yeah, I guess just somebody send out some tweets, something. Make sure I'm still alive.
Oh no, you're a bombardier.
Oh no, I'm not a bombardier. Who picked up the phone and said bombardier?
So anyway, though, I mean, so I don't understand why people are so freaked out and so like just paranoid about this whole thing. Vic, like you were saying, man, I'm not doing anything. I'm not causing a scene. I'm not. I barely go to work. Can my boss hear that?
Yeah, I would rephrase that.
No,
I go to work all the time.
You know what I think it is.
I'm just here so I don't get fired.
There you go.
I definitely think they're paying attention in general, but to zoom in on one person, I don't think that's what they're doing. They don't have the time or the effort to put into one person.
Oh yeah.
Unless there's some reason to watch that one person.
Absolutely. I'm not saying that they monitoring Joe Schmo, but let Joe Schmo do something wrong, they're gonna monitor him. They have the ability to do it on command. Like, you know what? Joe Schmo's an asshole. He's building bombs in his basement. Let's watch Joe Schmo.
But how would they know to watch Joe Schmo if they're not watching you all
There's
the
always
time?
informants.
Right.
Somebody's gonna snitch.
You know how many people there are in the world?
Dude, you know how many terrorist attacks happen? Somebody blows some shit up. Oh shit, we should have been watching
But
that.
that's just it. They should have been watching it. So you know
What do
how
you mean
many
the last time
happened.
something blew up? When was the last time?
To make the point.
What?
Last time something blew up, that's why they do that. Now that's why they watch me all the time.
No. Here's the point that I'm making is that like you just said,
motherfuckers.
you know how many
Right here,
terrorists.
right here.
The beards.
The beards? No.
That's a good
You
point.
might want to save that. Don't put a hat on. Don't put a hat on.
It's cold outside.
Oh no, you let it freeze.
But look, if they were watching so well, then terrorist attacks wouldn't happen at all.
Well,
They would be
to
on
an
the-
extent. To
they
an
would
extent.
catch it.
Now if they're watching
To
through
an
my
extent.
Xbox,
But that's what I'm saying. They're not, and that's
Who's really building bombs right in front of their Xbox?
who cares? If you're a bomb maker, I don't think you care about your Xbox. Shit, your Xbox might be the bomb.
Might
Yeah,
took some
I
stuff out there and made
You
a
gotta
bomb
wave
with
at it before it can blow up.
All right? I think
Xbox commence bomb making sequence. Like, how do you make a bomb with your Xbox?
I'm not gonna lie though.
Not that I want to know.
Can we stop saying bomb though? Because I'm a little nervous.
Bomb, bomb,
Oh,
bomb,
wait,
bomb,
you
bomb,
can, you
bomb.
can only not say bomb on an airplane.
Because I'm like, that's a good point. At some point, the show's gonna go online, and then it's like, I'm gonna get a 13 letter, like, hey.
Or
You said bomb too many times.
if we weren't being watched, we're being watched now.
So that's okay. So I want to tell you a funny story that I heard. I was listening to Test It. So that's the guy Adam Savage used to be on Mythbusters, and they do a bunch of different things. They try stuff out, whatever. So he was talking about how he actually made the thermal detonator grenade for Star Wars, and so what ended up happening was he was calling the guy who was in charge that he reported to about his construction of this thing, and which was used by Boba Fett, by the way. And so he called the guy, left the voicemail because the guy didn't answer, right? He said, hey, I'm Adam Savage, I got this thing ready for you, whatever. Ready for you to come check it out. A day later, he said that he got a call from CIA, say, are you Adam Savage? And he's like, yeah. He's like, well, I'm Agent White or whatever. They got those,
I'm Agent
This is
Black.
neck, Agent Black.
they got those really good names. All the good colors are taken, so get some like
Agent
white.
Pink.
Yeah, right? I'm Aquamarine.
Like, can I be Fuchsia?
Agent Fuchsia.
No,
Agent Fuchsia.
That's gonna be a
Agent
nickname
T-Mobile.
now.
Yeah,
Agent
Fuchsia.
Fuchsia.
Agent Fuchsia. That's gonna be the new one. Follow me
But,
on Twitter at Agent
So
Fuchsia.
pretty much what ended up happening was he called the wrong guy. He ended up, I guess he misdialed and dialed somebody who worked for like the CIA and left this voicemail about a thermal detonator. And so they're like, yeah, he goes, I would like to hope that you're not building a thermal detonator grenade because I've never heard of that. And I've been doing this for a long time. He goes, here's what I think is happening. I think that you work on movies and that you're working on the plot for the next Star Wars movie. Like, he called it all the way down to the T. And he was like, that's exactly what's happening.
He definitely checked that man out. He definitely checked him out.
yeah. So at some point, you never know somebody in the CIA listens to this and it's just like, yo, that's just too much bomb talk.
Oh, check your contacts.
Let's go check them out.
Check your contacts. Before you start making bombs, check your contacts.
Check your phone.
Check your contacts.
Check
I
your
kind of
phone.
want to leave my email in there, but they show no more.
Yeah, right.
Wait, so wait, but here's the thing I just want to say is that all that Big Brother talk usually leads into the whole paranoia over like secret societies and what dark things is the government doing.
Illuminati's real.
And I just want to point out that the government is pretty freaking stupid when it really comes down to it. They can't fund themselves. Like the government can't like half the time they can't afford to fund themselves.
True.
So I can't believe that they're doing like some great big Big Brother.
But the government hasn't fallen. It went on pause for a little while. Somebody pressed the pause button for a couple months.
They do it often.
Somebody had to go to the bathroom.
But the Illuminati
So
brought it back.
The
Oh,
Illuminati.
watch the Purge. Watch the Purge. They're trying to tell us something.
Oh, you should watch the birds.
The Purge.
The birds making signals and shit in the.
Oh, you never seen the birds? The birds is Illuminati.
That's a good point.
They're
birds
Illuminati.
are Illuminati.
They're
Birds got
everywhere.
pissed. And
They're
so-
watching us.
Chasing the woman in the phone booth.
And this is the end of that conversation.
Oh, the pigeons in New York? They're not birds. Those are cameras.
There's so many of
Birds is supposed to fly south for the winter.
Little drones.
Why is some of them still here?
That's true.
It's snowing outside.
Here's the thing, though.
Nigga, you know it's cold.
I'm a co-sign that. Why there's pigeons in every state?
Cameras.
I wish you all could see his face.
There
was snap a picture of this on Instagram.
There was a
Cameras.
There was a
Nice.
oh look cameras. You working for the government? So
That's it.
there was a mobile company's training that I went to And they literally had on the top of a building, like they were showing us where they hit in the towers. I'm not going to throw a name out there.
Carrot pigeons?
Because they've been reported to be giving out records.
Wait, carrot pigeons?
Yeah, look, no, it was a tower, like a cell tower for the company, and it was shaped like an owl on top of a building.
Wait, what?
They had a camera on top of the.
No, so it was a tower to like send out the signal for the company.
But it was in the shape.
It was in the shape of an owl,
So it was
and
a
there was some
gargoyle?
like that was built as like a windmill, and then it like you opened the windmill like, and it was a tower, a signal tower inside of it.
Signals from aliens?
No,
Wait, has anybody ever
I
driven
think
on
we both went to the same training class, but that's not the
Yeah.
same thing.
Wait, has anybody ever driven on the highway over here? What is it?
Palisades Parkway.
Where it looks like they try to make it a tree, but the tree, the branches start all the way up like 20 feet up in the air.
Okay,
Like who you trying to fool?
So that's done for
reason behind that.
aesthetic value, though. Like the local.
all right, but if they
don't
hide a tower in there, you're not gonna think they put a camera in
they're
there.
not hiding a tower in it. The tower is.
No, but it's
a
safe.
tree.
No, because the one that looked like some shit on a farm. I'm not from a farm. I don't know what that shit's called.
Windmill?
It wasn't a windmill though. It was like some other shit.
silo.
And then it like opened up.
A silo.
And like you were seeing all the inner workings of the tower. Like the tower was camouflaged inside that shit.
And this
Inside
was,
that shit.
And this was a training for a company you worked at.
Yeah, like the
Illuminati.
Illuminati.
No, you Illuminati. You infiltrated this podcast. And you perpetrated a fraud.
I'm perpetrating.
It wasn't for a company; it was for the company.
Oh.
the company.
Verizon.
The new founding fathers of America.
What?
No.
They say Verizon's number one.
Oh, new founding fathers of America.
New founding fathers.
Watch The Purge. You know what I'm talking about. If you watch Purge.
Those movies are terrible.
Oh, you go watch it.
The movies are so terrible.
That
I've
is
seen both of them. And I've
history
blocked them
books
out from
in
my memory.
reverse. One day we're gonna read about that. That's gonna be real life.
We're gonna read about
Trust me, I got the inside scoop. I'm Illuminati.
We touched on the wrong topic.
Yeah, you know, it's not even the wrong topic. I think we just delved too far deep into the rabbit hole and pulled out a Jose.
Oh yeah.
And then he done lost his mind.
No, but check this out. The funny thing is, the other day.
Is SpongeBob evil?
Oh yeah, he's definitely evil.
Oh boy.
But I had a weird conversation the other day when I went to work for a meeting, and the topic came up about Apple's iPhones and how they have the Touch ID. Apparently, according to my coworker, there is this massive database of everyone who uses an iPhone's fingerprints, and they're being monitored by the government. I don't think that's true.
Wait, does it count if you go to the store and you play with the demo and you do it?
Oh yeah, that's the worst.
Like all 10 fingers. Or maybe a toe. I think they got a toe.
But if you think about it, it's like, if that is true, I think they shut off New York because most of us have had a run-in with the law, so they don't need to check our fingerprints. Like me personally, if this is true and if it's documented that it's true, does it really matter? If you're not a criminal, you're not doing ongoing, criminal activity. Does it really matter that they're taking your fingerprint?
but do you know how ridiculous
it's
that
in the
is?
hospital records when you're born? Like they fingerprint you.
No,
It doesn't change. Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
They don't stamp your fingerprint
Because that's why when you become an adult, they have your fingerprinted if you want to become a teacher or if you go to jail. If that was the case, they would never fingerprint you. That's just
So they don't stamp.
No.
it? So I don't have like black ink footprints and fingerprints.
Maybe that's just for you.
hands.
Like,
And hands too.
maybe it's just to look pretty for your memories, but that's not gonna no.
I'm calling bullshit on the heart rate. Don't make me go back to the hospital. I'm gonna do some research. I'm gonna come back next week
You
with
better
more
make sure that's
information
your
on this
baby.
shit.
You know there is a rather large number of baby mixes.
Oh, my son got a big head.
That's
my son.
Your son is yours.
Oh, he looked just like me.
Your son is yours.
Just like me.
I'm just saying, like, on the rare circumstances, check your child. If you feel like your child does some shit that you don't do, you might want to check. That might not be your kid.
Ladies, you go to Maury and the baby's not his, go back to the hospital, make sure that's the right baby.
Double check. See,
make sure the right
maybe
baby.
it wasn't your fault. Maybe you're not at home.
That's it.
What does that have to do
Maybe
with
you
Big
don't
Brother?
need to come
I mean,
back.
shoot Tamori.
She went to Maury, she's probably at home.
Probably.
If you have to get a DNA test,
True story.
there was some traffic going in.
Let's bring it back.
Let's bring it way
Let's bring it back. Take 2 steps to the left again. I will say, if you have some concerns about your privacies and such, watch Homeland on TV. It's on Showtime. That show will make you feel like you have no privacy.
But here's the thing.
Like your nipples are always on display.
but here's
It's
the thing.
cold outside. It's winter.
Always
My nipples always on the
always.
screen.
Do you really believe that the government has like that power to really care about what Jose's doing on a Friday night?
Here's what I'm gonna say, and this is kind of like to say yes to what you're saying. There's been many instances in which they've said that the U.S. military has had computers, longer than computers were readily available.
Right.
Hold
okay.
on. They had the stealth bomber longer than the technology was publicly known. And so there's not to say that they don't have things already that's just not public knowledge.
Right. I'm not saying that they don't have the.
So maybe they do.
I'm not saying that the ability doesn't exist somewhere. I'm just saying, do you really think that they're wasting the time and the effort to have people sit in front of a screen and literally go through everybody's background and history in the entire country?
There's probably like a process of elimination.
I think it's
so
about,
like
no, I think
there's
it's a
got to be
matter
some
of
coding and some behavioral statistics
No, I
that
think
go
it's-
into it to monitor. Like, all right, we might need to pay attention to Jay. We might need to pay attention to Victor,
No.
to David,
I think
depending
it's-
on like
I
your
think it's a
habits,
matter-
things that have happened. Like, I'm sure there's coding.
I think
that goes
it's a
into
matter of like dumb. I don't
People
know
saying bomb?
what's the word I'm looking for.
and claiming to be a part of Illuminati.
Like aggregating information, but doing it like generally and without any like particular intent to actually follow up on people. They might have a software that listens to the word bomb on every cell phone or whatever, but they don't know who's the call coming from or whatever's coming from. They just know.
Oh, you had the app?
Bomb was said, 16 times from this thing. Then they look into it because then it's like a little bit too much. Or at
That's
this
what I'm
time,
saying. It's behavior, certain things that they're looking for.
But this is what I'm saying.
And then they focus on that
Right,
person.
but what I'm saying is that all that stuff gets archived and put away because it doesn't matter until you have.
Yeah, but-
call
oh,
Jason. Call
hold
Jason
on.
tomorrow. Say Bob 15 times.
No,
Let's see how that conversation goes.
If tomorrow they
if it's
find
in
out that a
your
bomb
door.
went off down the block, then yes, they're going to look at this block and be like, "Yo, this guy said bomb 15 times. We need to look into him." But otherwise,
at this day and age,
they're not going to care.
Here's my answer to that. I pay a whole hell of a lot of taxes. I pay a lot of speeding tickets. I pay a lot of stuff that I don't need to be paying, and I pay it. And the streets are always screwed up.
Yes.
Always fucked up.
I agree with you.
So where's that money going? They spying. I don't actually believe this stuff. This is just to make the show a little bit more interesting. But who knows?
No, I agree.
Of course
you're
you
not,
do.
you're not lying.
Of course he
You
does.
You believe that?
He's a man of few words.
Oh, yeah.
The good
Nah,
ones.
but
Silent night over here.
nah, but
That's clever.
Shit.
I like
but
that.
like and the thing you're saying, like if you say bomb or whatever, but don't you think a
I
terrorist?
really want us to stop saying bomb though.
No, but I'm saying, but don't you think a terrorist will have code words for anything? Like drug
Yeah,
dealers
but-
go down with it and they'll be like, "Yo, mándame 7 fotos para acá."
But what I'm
Or
saying,
whatever.
Seven.
That's it. Send me 7 pictures.
But what I'm saying, what I'm saying
They won't say
Not really.
kilos.
what I'm saying in regards
Oh,
to
don't
that
say
though
kilos.
is,
I'm not a drug dealer. I'm already Dominican, so no kilos over here.
what I'm saying in regards to that is that I don't think that it doesn't exist. I don't think that it doesn't happen. I just think that the government is too big to give a good F about whether or not you said bomb until something happens where they have to look into it. I think it just all gets kind of like packed away and put away, and they're like, yeah, no one cares because we don't have the time to
What
care.
if bomb?
But if
is
a bomb goes off
the
in your
key word,
neighborhood
key word.
and you said bomb 16 times,
I'm not in place.
they come into your door and
There's
knock
so
on
many
it
bombs on
like,
this podcast.
what did you do?
Please stop saying bomb.
Bomb.
Bombardier. Anyway,
Bomb is the word.
I appreciate you listening through this rant of bombs and bombardiers and who's spying on us and who's not. Who knows?
Get back to us in a week. We might not be here.
True story. As we begin to wrap up the show, however, I would like to say we always appreciate the likes, the listens, the comments, the emails, and the people reaching out to us and whatnot. And so, in the effort to bring you a better quality show and a better 100 Proof Geek experience, there we go. We are looking to add a lot more content. The first step of doing that is by adding 100proofgeek.com. I was going to say at Gmail because we're not at Gmail. We got our own emails now. We're official.
Yeah.
So 100 Proof Geek is the website. You can check us out and all of our posts. We're currently working out some small kinks, so there's still something missing or not working properly. Definitely let us know. You can let us know at askgeek at 100proofgeek.com.
That's ASKGEEK at 100proofgeek.com.
Thank you. I forgot how to spell.
We had to be very specific
Ask
about that.
Geek.
Yes. Forgive us. We're from New York. We have accents.
Terrible one.
Some people would say. But yeah, so I mean, we all have first name, last name at 100proofgeek.com. So check us all out there. That's Victor Miranda
At 100 Proof Geek.
and Jose Jimenez.
At 100proofgeek.com.
And David Pantoja.
At 100proofgeek.com.
And Jonathan Morales at 100proofgeek.com. And Jason Pantoja at 100proofgeek.com. So, please message, like, email, tweet, reach us out at the general means you normally do. So that's 100proofgeek at Instagram and Twitter.
And
you can also
Facebook
check out the 100proof geek at Facebook community. You're messing me up. You're messing me up my flow.
Just saying.
I was getting into my flow. I was finding my bombs, and you messed me up. You
oh no, you never find no bomb.
You bomberman me. You bomberman me.
Oh, find your bomb.
I'm just gonna think about how many names I can come up with. Bomb. I guess Bomberman is the only one, huh?
Bomber jacket.
Oh, bomber jacket. Those are good ones. Those are good ones. Dave, what you got? Come on, man.
Oh, I ain't got one.
Come on, boy. Come on.
Oh no, I bombed.
Oh, very good.
Very clever. Very clever.
Very good. Very good. So that is the show, and thanks for the listen.